of the Great New York State Fair. And, it's been just nonstop 8 days and still going strong. It's some great talent. And you got to love this. Look who's sitting next to me. I have Chapel Hart.
Hey. Hello.
Now, I know there's Trea, right?
Yeah.
There's Devynn.
Ooh, I like Devynn. It's Devynn.
Because it was spelled a little.
It's a little fancy.
It's a little fancy.
Yeah, my mom was a little extra.
Danica.
Yep.
Yes. Welcome to the Q's.
Hello.
The Q. Is that what y'all call it? The Q's?
We call it the Q's.
Can we settle this for once and all? We just asked on our Instagram stories. Is it pronounced Syracuse or Syracuse?
Wow. Yeah. I mean,
almost like you're gonna say syrup, but like Syracuse.
Well, I say Syracuse.
Wait, you say Syracuse?
I don't know.
And what do you say?
Syracuse.
Oh, okay.
So tonight we say Sarah.
We say Sarah here.
This is the first time here in upstate New York for you?
Yes.
Now, you've been all over the world, though. And I was just, before the lights and the cameras went on, I was asking how the jet lag was because you were just in England, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yes.
Yesterday, it feels like.
Yeah.
I think it was the day before yesterday.
And we were in England and in the UK, the what is it?
Air traffic control computers went down.
No.
And so we almost didn't make it out.
We were about 30 minutes from being stuck in the UK.
Something tells me that either all of you or one of you would say, I do it. Go up into the tower and take care of it because we need to get out.
Yeah.
Scoot over.
Exactly.
I said they could put me on the back of a Pelican and fly me back home as long as I got back across.
Yes.
I can't eat tea and crumpets every day.
Oh, man. Oh, it is good for you. Well, I guess are crumpets good for you? They got to be good for you, right?
If they're good for your soul.
Did you eat a lot of fish and chips?
Now, we're not going to talk about the food.
We were perplexed by the food. We were like, what?
I got something better to talk about. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, it's good to be back home and at a fair, no less, because everybody knows the best food is fair food.
Yeah. Have you had a chance to take in any fair food yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
But as soon as we're done here.
I'm looking for a pickle right after this.
A pickle?
Yes.
A deep fried pickle?
Ooh.
That's really
y'all
what I
got
was
fried
hoping
pickles?
for.
Deep fried Oreos?
Yeah.
What is your favorite fair food?
Pizza free.
Really?
That's fried dough.
Now you're talking my language. I love bread.
And you get what? 5 of them for like $20?
Are they like powdered?
Wait, what?
Like powdered sugar?
Powdered sugar on the dough. And something
I'll
we
be
shouldn't
back.
eat, but we all eat it because we love it, right?
So is that like a Syracuse beignet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yes. And yeah.
Oh.
Are you serious?
That's my boss, Sam.
I'm a foodie. He doesn't know it's not powdered sugar. It's real sugar.
Oh. See, my boss is a foodie, like you said. I am not. It's a pizza free.
Pizza free.
Yeah. And
I
Gary
thought
from
that.
security
And when-
eats them all the time.
And when you said that, I was gonna say, "Oh my God, they give free pizza at this fair." I'm in love.
You started describing, I was like, definitely not
No, the pizza you have to buy. Hey, I want to talk about America's Got Talent. Finishing number 5. Wow.
Yes.
So, and that's where I saw you, and I absolutely fell in love with you. And then when I heard that you were coming to the fair, I said, we got to get those ladies over to the booth. We need to talk to them. So tell us a little bit about that experience.
AGT was probably by far the most life-changing experience in our career so far. It was something that we weren't going to even do at first. We had a fan that reached out multiple times saying, you guys should go audition for AGT. The world needs to hear what you guys have. And we just kept telling them no. Like we were touring and kind of doing the things. And the week of auditions, we were scheduled to go out with the Indigo Girls. And that ended up getting shut down for COVID. And after her asking about 30 more times, we were like, you know what?
Okay.
Let's do it. We're free, so why not?
We were like, we'll go. But like Dev said, we were very much so like the old school.
Yes.
Like, you go to the venue, you play the show, you build the fan base, you go back and you go back and you go back.
Yes.
And so we were like, TV was just like, we're not doing it. Like, it was just weird to us. It was like, I guess we just didn't come up in that era. Like, and so when we went, And it's amazing though, because it was like we almost didn't go, and then we almost just sang. Originally we were gonna go and we were gonna do 9 to 5 by Dolly, and we were like, and so it was between that, and they said, "Do y'all have another song that you want to do?" And we said, "We got an original song called You Can Have Him, Jolene," and she was like, let's hear that. And so we were kind of back and forth between the two of those, and literally about maybe 30 minutes before it was time for us to go out, and we were like a couple of the last acts of the day, like of the entire thing, and they said. The music coach said, "Let me hear that You Can Have Him, Jolene, one more time." She said, "But I want y'all to do it just like, like you're gonna do it on stage. I want to see it full out."
Okay.
And so we were like, all right. So we did it, and there was like a moment, like it was just quiet afterwards. And she said, "You got to do it." And we were like, and I think even in that moment, we realized like we got to take a chance on ourselves. Like,
absolutely.
Worst case, everyone hates it, and then we've got a terrible song. We got a terrible song we got to hear.
But at least we know.
But that wasn't the case. So
right. Yeah. But I always say, well, thank God we went and followed
thank
our
God
heart.
you did it. Absolutely. Now you're all related, right?
Unfortunately.
We see who is not the nice family member here.
I'm getting the feeling.
Right. I'm
That's
feeling
why
the
I'm on
love.
the end. I can easily slide out of this
There
if I
you go.
have to,
Look, that's
and
a
let
good
you
scene.
ladies go at it. No. So wait a minute. So
yes.
how are sisters and a cousin?
Danica and I are sisters,
Okay.
and Tree's our first cousin.
I'm their favorite cousin.
First only, not favorite. Just
There's
first.
108 of us, and they ain't on the road with none of them.
Are you
so
kidding?
Yeah, by
No,
chance.
hold on. Back up. 108 of you?
Yes, our grandparents, they had 17 kids. And our family
Holy
truly
cow.
believed in the whole be fruitful and multiply.
they thought it was a challenge.
They're like, watch this.
My grandma was like, "Fruit! Oh, we got fruit!" How are y'all doing?
Chapel Hart in the house.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you.
They'll be taking the stage at 6 p.m. over there tonight. So
Yes.
hang out for that, and you can listen to the interview
Yes.
as we're doing it live right now as well. So between the two of you, which one's older?
Danica by far. I mean, she's got me by like
I don't
45
know. You
years.
both look about 18.
Easy.
I don't know.
I try to ease up on the baby sister jokes.
All right.
But I think they're about to come back
But
out.
when you say things like "by far,"
By far.
there's
Now-
an 8-year gap between us.
Now, how did Tree, right?
Yes.
How did she get involved with the group? Have you guys performed all your lives
Um,
together, or how did all that come about?
Well, it actually started out Danica and I. We were kind of
okay.
I wouldn't say black sheep of the family because we weren't bad per se. We were more like the rainbow fish of the school. We were just very adventurous and doing all kinds of stuff.
She was terrible.
The rest of our family, like everybody
She
was
can
like,
tell me some secrets.
well, there you go. She would. But the rest of our family they were all like into like gospel music and R&B, and
Yeah.
we had a couple of cousins who were like, really trying to break into rap and stuff like that. And Tree and I were like
Singing
well,
Metallica
like-
and Johnny Cash.
right. And everybody was like,
One
what
extreme to the
are
other.
the two of you doing right
But
now? What
that's
is
talent.
this?
Seriously,
And
that's talent.
and so like we always just had I think that we had like a special love for music. I always say one time I was riding in the car with my mom, and I was way too old to not know that there was other stations on the radio station. But one day we were in the car and she was just kind of flustered, and she said, "Just find anything on there. You can turn it to whatever." Because we always just got in and whatever was on, like it was one station she just left on. And I started pressing. I was like, "Oh my God, look at this! All this music!" And so I started like hearing these stories in country music, and I started hearing like classic rock, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, Mom, have you heard this?" And she was just not impressed. She was like, "Girl, you're crazy." But and so it started out as Tree and I, and we started busking on the streets of New Orleans, and we had a keyboard,
I love it.
and
Yeah.
we'd be out there, and people would come by and sing with us. And then a few years after that, we kidnapped Dev.
Yes.
And
Kidnapped.
Yes, so so pretty
You
much
had no
I moved to
choice.
New Orleans. I kidnapped Danica, made her come down because she was like, no, and it took a couple years, but kidnapped her. She came,
Okay.
and when she came, she kidnapped Dev. So don't sit too close; you might get kidnapped too.
You
Skip.
might be next.
Slowly moving
This is
away.
our fourth singer, Skip.
I don't know if you don't mind old fat guy up there with you.
Well, thank you.
I'll watch. Thank you.
So there you
Thank
go.
you.
There you go.
So obviously you've been doing this a long time, and where do you live now? Are you in Mississippi, or you live in Nashville, or what's going on?
That's so hard to define.
You're
I-
like all
right.
over.
I think it's most accurate when I say we live on the interstate, but right now we live kind of between the interstate and the terminals. and
Right.
the rest is just property taxes.
Yeah. Did
We
you
li-
ever imagine that this would be happening? Could you ever imagine that where you are now,
No.
you know, coming
I-
off AGT and all that? It's just,
I think that I tell people all the time, they say, so what's next? I said, we wrote down kind of the things that we wanted to do in life and the things we wanted to see and do musically. And it feel like in 1 year, most of the list got wiped. And so I said, I feel like the Lord right now is just enjoying it. Like,
Yeah.
I think he enjoys blowing our mind because he's like, we're like,
He's
it
having
can't get any
fun.
better than this. And it's like,
Watch
bam, and we're like,
this.
"Oh!"
you know,
And so,
yeah, the Lord is having fun because you're having fun.
There you go.
That's
Yeah.
what it's all about. But I imagine there's those moments where you just maybe want to walk away from it for a little bit.
oh,
just
let
to
me
take
tell
a
you
break.
what, they.
Oh, it
Let me pull
happens.
out the little
I just
booklet.
brought up that subject.
Those days definitely they do happen, and that's just, I think that's just human nature. It's
Mhm.
bound to happen. You feel tired, you feel burnt out, and some days it's like after things go wrong, it's like, is this really worth it? But then we come to a show and then we see people come out,
Mhm,
people who
mhm,
are buying
mhm.
merch and they're telling us
Mhm.
their stories. Those are the things that like really keep us
Yeah.
going and give us
100%.
that boost to keep on fighting and keep on climbing.
Yeah.
Right.
Because what we're doing, we realize that it's so much more than just, it's not just about us. It's really not about us at all. Like it's God has us here doing something, and
Oh,
that's,
Well,
that's what we're gonna do.
You know, AGT, you came into everybody's house. You're in every household. People were talking about you. We were talking about it at the radio station. Did you see the show last night? Did you hear them? It was just like, wow. And he finished number 5. So
Yeah.
that's pretty damn good.
That's
Oh yes.
That's
Yeah.
amazing, and it's amazing for us because we went to audition, but right before we went to audition, I was having trouble with my voice and I wasn't recovering, and I said,
Oh,
you know
no.
what? This would have been technically before the Indigo Girls run,
Mhm.
and I was like, let me just go and get my voice checked out. I said, and at least just kind of rule it off the table because maybe I just need to spend more time resting. But I went to my throat doctor, and he said, well, Miss Danica, you have got one of the largest nodules on your vocal cord of anybody I've ever
Oh,
seen.
no.
And I was like, well, I gotta go audition for America's Got, which is also kind of why I was like, you know what? Probably nothing will come of this because I don't imagine how great it's gonna sound. And so once we got the Golden Buzzer, I was like, he was like, we need to have surgery. He said, you get to make the options. He said, but if you're going to have surgery, you need to do it fast. He said,
Yeah.
because I can only imagine things are going to pick up. And I was like, and then we couldn't tell anybody about the Golden Buzzer. So I was like, Doc, I can't do the surgery right now. I was like, and I can't tell you why. I was like, but maybe, maybe for semifinals. And we made it through semifinals. And I was like, we got to put it up just one more time. And so we just kept going. Oh my gosh, you
It
gotta
was
see this
so
picture. You gotta
big.
see it.
You're gonna
It's the
show me
most
a
gruesome
picture.
great thing that you'll see all day. I
Wait a
hope.
minute.
Have
Are
you
you
seen
going to
anything?
show me a picture of her throat?
Yes.
So
We're officially family
this
now.
is like AGT unheard of. No one's ever even seen this.
Holy.
Holy
So
macaroni.
she competed on AGT with this thing
In her throat.
Oh, my God.
So when people are like,
And
y'all
this
finished
is-
5th place, are you?
This is the
We are not.
after.
I was like, can
Oh.
you?
We
can
made it
can't
past the
believe
first
it.
round. That was
Right?
You
And
know, Miss Carol over there is so into like surgeries and stuff like that.
Miss
So,
Carol, you gotta
Oh,
see
come
it.
on,
You
Miss
gotta see it.
Carol.
Yeah. So, I know you can't see that, but the
Oh,
lump
She
in the throat.
should have.
I'm gonna name her.
Definitely should have.
Right?
I have to name her.
What would you name it?
Had to get rid of that heifer.
Jolene.
Mhm.
And there were days like I would wake up, I couldn't even talk. Like it was,
God.
and so our music director was like, she was like, I don't know how y'all gonna practice. She
You're
said,
just gonna have to
"Just
do
practice the dance
choreography.
moves." And so,
But
you know,
get it.
but it was one of the hardest moments I think of my life because
It was hard.
I'm such a control freak sometimes that I'm like, this needs to be this, and so to wake up and not even know if your voice is gonna work to sing or not, it was the most
Wow. Well,
stressful
It
time of
was
my
hard.
life.
It was hard for me to see those people online talking about my sister's voice.
oh.
They were like, oh my gosh, she sounds
She
terrible. I'm
sounds
not sure
so
what the hype
rough.
is.
It's like,
I'm
first
not
of all,
sure.
she has a walnut in the middle of her throat.
She was like, don't you talk about my sister. I'm like, damn, just
I'm like,
relax. They
Danica,
don't-
please
they don't
let me
care.
come in. She's like, no. I'm like, okay.
I don't care where you are. I'll be there.
Dev was like, I will drive to Illinois, Robert, F3145.
I have to ask. So you're the one that's pretty controlling.
Yes.
A little
between
bit.
the other two?
Yes.
Who's the comical side of it or the fun?
Honestly, I'm the funniest of the
Okay.
entire group.
That was funny.
And
Judging by that last
I told
statement.
Danica the other day, I'm gonna have to start charging her for all these laughs that I give her on a daily basis.
I was
because
like, I
it's
will
like a
not pay you
performance
for practice
every
comedy.
day.
That's not good.
I
It
just
won't
looked
happen.
at your guy Derek over here. I'm starting to feel for
Y'all
him.
pray, I kid you not.
Pray for
I
Derek.
said, poor Derek. I know he had no clue what he was getting into when he said, "I'm going to manage 2 sisters and a cousin," because he has turned out to be the driver, the therapist, the referee. He's done mostly everything but be a manager. He's like, let me pass that off to somebody
You know
else.
what I
What
think
makes
it's
a good
hilarious?
manager?
I think the funniest part is that, like, when we're not getting along all the time, Derek we drive him crazy. But then when we are getting along really
We
well,
drive him
we drive
crazy.
Things that drives him even more crazy.
Well, that's the job of a road manager to
There
be
you
there
go.
for all different angles of everything
All
that's
the
going on.
angles.
I think we need to start like a page with a shirt, just prayers for Derek.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what an
Hashtag prayers
idea
for Derek.
for your merch stand over there.
There
You
you
can
go.
have it. He's with you at all the shows. Was
Derek's
he-
just
did
going to
he-
stand there with a prayer bucket, and you can throw either money or prayers in there because he needs
That's
love.
excellent. So what is it? What is it like at Thanksgiving when you all get together? 108,
well,
right? 102,
Lord.
108, whatever.
Right.
Yes. Well, it's been a couple years since we've been able to like all get together because like, we're all in so many different directions and we're always on the road. But thinking back to like Thanksgiving, I feel like is kind of, you don't even have to say Thanksgiving, like any given Sunday afternoon.
Thanksgiving.
Pretty much.
It's
Yes,
like
I get
it doesn't matter if
I
it's a
get it.
birthday, if it's a divorce party, somebody is born. There's gonna be a lot of food and a
Yeah.
whole lot of
A
people.
lot of folks.
I
And
love
so,
it. I love it.
and and it kind of like True saying, I think everybody kind of is like in different parts of the world. So all the little ones have grown up and have their own families and moved all over. But Thanksgiving I love because when most of the people do come back, it's kind of like it's like a revolving door. Like they got to go in by like groups. What group can go in first? What group hangs out?
I'm in Group
But-
A.
Look, there you go. That's,
Right, yeah.
that's exactly like the terminals and stuff.
Yeah,
That's how my grandmother should have like labeled us.
You guys are
But it's
We'll see you over there.
see y'all at 6. But it's so funny because it's also like not just a day thing because when you gotta feed that many people, please believe people start cooking like the day before, sometimes
Oh,
2 days
yeah.
before, depending
Oh,
on what
yeah.
dish you gotta make.
And,
Oh, yeah.
and what is the favorite dish?
Ooh. Now you're
You
speaking
just
my
opened
language.
up a
Okay.
can of worms on us. Okay.
Is it
At
the same for all of you?
Thanksgiving-
Or,
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh,
Absolutely
no.
not. So for Thanksgiving, my Thanksgiving plate is gonna have some dressing with cranberry sauce. Gonna have some
Yeah.
turkey. Might have some gravy. I'm gonna have some cornbread, some greens. Hopefully somebody make some
Skip, you don't-
chicken.
Or like
know
some
what
mac
you
and
just
something
opened up.
cheesy.
Oh, mac and
There's got to be
cheese.
something
These two
cheesy on
starting to
there.
drool
Throw
over
a
here.
couple
Uh-huh.
deviled eggs on there.
I
Oh
love
yeah.
deviled eggs.
See, I don't think first of all who has a
Ooh,
singular
I said
Thanksgiving
that,
plate.
though. I
I
don't
know,
know.
nobody
Because
does.
like either you're eating off of
True,
a
you're
platter
right.
or you're coming back for more.
Absolutely.
But see, I'm the type of person, if you know me, I will put anything between 2 slices of bread.
Oh yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
can have the most expensive steak in the world. I'm gonna put it on in between some bread because I
We
like to skip
are-
the middleman. So you have to have a Thanksgiving meal sandwich.
We'll be at a restaurant and like everybody will be about halfway through the meal and Tree's still like preparing.
Still prepping.
She's got like a layer of the meat and then she puts like mashed potatoes on there and then there's a layer of
And she don't
she
just
does it
throw it
so-
on there. She nice and neat.
Look,
Cook
she
the
has to lay it
bread
out,
in,
yeah.
I'm a
some
stickler for
cheese.
consistency, and I like to get the entire meal in every bite. Oh,
Wow, so you put it all
Oh,
together.
man.
yeah, no,
I'm
I'm
hungry.
just like yum 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 yum. It's gone.
Danica, what about you?
I would have to go with
Deviled
Everything that
eggs.
don't
Deviled
go
eggs.
together, she's on
ice
that
cream
plate.
and chicken.
It's so funny. I didn't really get that like cooking gene when I was younger. Like I'm better now, but and I didn't really have a concept of like what goes together. So when I was roommates with my best friend and out of college, we were staying together and she would cook every night. So I was like, woo, she was like, it's your turn to cook. And so I made pancakes and hamburgers and she was like, I was like, what? And I was like, I thought you just make what you like. She said, this does not go together.
Well, what you should have did was put the hamburger in between.
In
In
between.
between the pancakes, and that would have been
Yes.
incredible.
Oh my gosh.
And, my
See, you
chef
gotta
brain
find
wasn't
a way to
working
make
then.
it.
So, but if I gotta go for a favorite, it's definitely gonna be deviled eggs. And my mom knows when she makes them. She there's a Danica tray, and then there's one that everybody can share. And I ain't sharing.
Yeah, don't
But
share.
to be fair,
I don't blame you.
deviled eggs exist in that weird quantum physics space where you can only eat like 2 hard-boiled eggs, but if you cut them in half and fill them with stuff, you can eat 87.
100. You can continuously eat those. Absolutely.
Yes.
So we got a show coming up today. Look at the sun is coming out.
It's coming out.
Yeah, we got a show coming up today at 6. And what can we expect from Chapel Hart on that stage right over there?
Let me tell you what. First of all, we are already so excited, and I don't know if we're more excited than the folks here in Syracuse, but
Syracuse.
Sure where she
right?
No, the guy that sang Cruise was here last night. So I just
Syracuse.
Yeah. Also, you would think with this career, that talking would be included. It is not. Okay. I always tell people if I could talk, this job would be easy.
Separately.
But y'all, 6:00 tonight on this stage, you can expect energy. You can expect fun. You can expect a little storytelling.
Danica doing her dance. She has a special dance that
Let
she
me tell
does.
you
And
what,
now, and
she's
she's
a dance craze that is like sweeping the nation. And
Is it?
I don't know if you would say sweeping. Maybe lightly dusting the nation.
but it's called the Danica Shuffle, and she might make some appearances
I love
tonight.
it.
So
It sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Can't wait. So I'm very excited that you took the time to come over and
Thank you
see
for
us
having
today.
us,
Derek
look.
set it up, and we got you over here. And I just, oh my God, I am like being such a groupie right now.
Are you gonna dance tonight? Is the real
You do
question.
not want to see me dance.
Yes, we
Yes.
do.
Oh, yes, we
You
do.
not want to see
Come
me
on,
dance.
fourth member.
Yes.
Come on.
We'll see when I get
We'll
over
see.
there. I'll
Okay,
be
we'll take a we'll
introducing you
see.
tonight, by the way.
Yeah.
And, I look forward to
Oh.
being up there. And I know we've had a lot of people come by asking about what time you're on and all that.
Yes.
Of course, it's 6 p.m. And again, thank you for stopping by the Wolf broadcast booth.
Yes. Thank y'all
And,
for having us.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. God bless you all.
Look, I surely hope y'all
for
have
this
us back.
great
Skip.
music And just a great attitude. Just everything about you is great.
Aw, thank you,
Aw,
Skip.
And
thank
we
you.
love what you're doing. So
Promise us that you'll have us back, okay? We got to come to the studio and cut up a little bit.
We would definitely do that. You just let
Okay.
me know when you're in the area or if
Perfect.
you're, whatever we're doing, we'll definitely have you back. So.
Thank you so much.
All right.
All right.
I'm going to get it right. Tree, Danica, and Devlin. Devin.
But you know what? We do have an aunt that calls her
Devlin, she
Devlin.
said Sarah-
Now, I do
she
have an
said
aunt
Sarah
that calls
Cruz,
me
so-
Devlin.
She calls her
I will
Devlin.
let you call me Devlin. Do
I
what
don't want to
want
call you
to.
Devlin. I want to call you by your right name.
Yeah.
Devin, right? Devin?
But I don't know. Devlin comes from you. Kind of sounds cute.
I do like Devlin.
I say,
Tell me also that we can do a
Can we do some drops?
You're
92.1
scaring me
drop.
right now. What?
I said, tell me that we can do a 92.1 drop because this
Oh,
is
yeah,
what
we
we
can do
live
that.
I
for.
think
We'll put it right on right now.
We
This is
only-
how it happens. We're going to do a
Ooh.
92.1 The Wolf, Syracuse's country station,
Oh,
whatever.
Lord, I gotta say.
I do the afternoon, the ride home, whatever you guys want to
Ew.
say.
Or how about we can
Cute.
Hey, y'all.
It's Chapel Hart and you're listening to 92.1 The Wolf.
Okay, let's do
All
it.
right. This is how it happens, everybody that's
Yeah.
watching.
Do you
Here
want
we
to do
go.
point or just without?
92.1.
The wolf. Ow!
All right, are you ready?
Oh, baby, I'm ready.
Yes. Okay.
Hey y'all, it's Chapel Hart, and you're listening to 92.1.
God dog it. That one
93.
93.
92.1.
Yes.
Okay.
It's on
All right, here we
every
go.
Everybody's shirt.
But these glasses are so dark and my
Oh, you
contacts
can't.
aren't working.
And she can't see, without the glasses, you
got it.
can't see.
Okay. Jeff said I got
Don't
it.
worry, I don't have it.
Okay.
It's clean.
Here we go.
Hey y'all, it's Chapel Hart, and you're listening to 92.1 The Wolf.
So are we not doing a
Chapel Hart,
pause?
everybody.
I thought we were pausing.
Chapel
We
Hart.
did. After the wolf. No, it's
92.1.
Carol.
The Wolf.
You said 92.1 the wolf. There's a
Oh,
comma there.
I didn't hear no
It's
comma.
an invisible
It's
comma.
a comma.
I didn't see it.
You
It's
gotta
invisible.
feel it. You have to
Okay,
feel the
one more,
comma.
one
This
more.
one is it. Third time's the charm. Okay.
I got something in my eye.
This is how it really
All right,
happens.
here we go. Wait, my eyes were closed. I don't know why I couldn't see. Okay, here we go.
Hey y'all, it's Chapel Hart, and you're listening to 92.1 The
Wolf.
The pause was a whole lot longer than the first
okay,
one.
Let me tell y'all how it's gonna go. Hey y'all,
It's Chapel Hart, and you're listening to 92.1 The Wolf.
Okay.
Y'all did hold it a lot
go.
longer. It was like a
Okay, here we go. We got it now. We got it. We got it. We got it. We got
All
it.
right, let's do
Okay.
this. Here we
All
go.
right.
no fake comma. That was weird.
I'm gonna just let you leave.
Hey y'all, it's Chapel Hart, and you're listening to 92.1 The Wolf. Ow! How many Mississippians does it take to make a radio drop?
There you go.
Thanks for joining us.